Hello and good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Leave It Love the channel. In this channel, I do return to senders. I do return to senders every day for the purpose of returning energy back to wherever it came from. A lot has happened. A lot had happened, right? A lot had happened. The online thing. I know it's irrelevant to me because I'm not. I don't. I still haven't seen the video, but it's like New York City. Sorry, but it is 7:18 in the morning. This is just how it is. Like moving forward, you know, I have a lot of things, and a lot of people come to me. And I have a lot of issues. I have issues with the government. I have issues with unclaimed funds. I have issues with the Bronx County Clerk, the Bronx Supreme Courthouse. I have issues. There are problems within the system, the corrupt government. Okay, you know, but I'm a spiritual person. I'm always doing cleansing. I'm always doing something. I used to come to work and I would smell like some shit. They say, "What the fuck is that?" And I know it's because of what I put on. I put it on to protect myself. To protect myself. I know what I'm around, and I know I have to protect myself. So I'm like, you know what? I gotta protect myself because these people must think that I'm stupid. I don't know what the fuck they think, but I was like, I have to protect myself. The whole thing with that, you have to stay positive. You have to stay at a high vibration. Like they want to break you down. People trying to break you down. I'm like, bitch, you're not gonna break me down. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep smiling. I'm gonna keep moving forward. I'm like, I'm not gonna be fucked up because you fucked up and you mad and you upset. That's not my problem. That's not my problem. It's not my problem. They look the way they look and then they mad at me. Like, bitch, if you took care of yourself, you wouldn't look like that. But you don't take care of yourself, and that's why you look like that. Don't be mad at me. I'm gonna take care of myself. I'm a little vain. I care about myself, my body, my eating habits, everything. It shows. When a person takes care of themselves, it shows. When you don't take care of yourself, it shows. Some things are inevitable. I can't help it. I can't help the way I look. I can't help it. But people always gonna get mad. I've been dealing with that when I have been dealing with employment within the Bronx Supreme Courthouse. I've had to deal with that. And then people from other places, other parts of the world, they get mad at the way I look. It's like I'm not there. I'm not there. But they're mad. And it's just like, oh my God, you know, whatever. Whatever happened online, to me, it's spell work. It's spell work. That's why I changed the energy. That's why I'm like, you know what? Let me change this energy because I've been wanting people to look at these videos. I've been wanting people to look into the Bronx Supreme Courthouse. I've been wanting people to look at the court case. It's Paulina B. Garcia versus the Bronx Supreme Courthouse. I've been wanting people to look into this case for a long time. Nobody does their job. It's spell work. It's spell work. I can't prove spell work, but it's being done. It's causing delays. It's hiding the document. That's why nobody will see the document. Nobody will look the document up. People within the government, you're supposed to do something. Do your fucking job. Nobody within the government does their job. So it's a system. It's a unit. It's everybody's a part of it. That's organized crime. That is a RICO crime. Everybody's a part of it. People you least suspect to be a part of it is a part of it. That's a RICO crime. That's organized crime. It is illegal. That's illegal, but they do it and they cover up and they do all this other shit. And I'm just like, what? You know what? I am gonna cleanse myself. I'm gonna protect myself. I'm gonna keep moving forward. I'm gonna establish Lead with Love nonprofit organization. Lead with Love. I'm gonna do the YouTube, and I'm gonna talk about what I do. Like I cleanse. I make the splash. The splash is herbs. It's natural herbs. It's Florida water, rose water, holy water. It's I know I keep spraying it, but the purpose is to cleanse. Is to cleanse yourself, cleanse your body, cleanse, protect yourself. Don't let this energy affect your life. Whatever happened online is spell work. They wanted it to go another way. You want me to feel bad about somebody else's issue? I got my own issues. Oh, let me tell you about my issues. That's how you change the energy. Like what? Like you trying? What are they trying to do? Nah, you're not gonna do this shit to me. Like I got so much other shit going on. You want to talk about some other? It's not me. But whatever though. But it's energy. I deal with black magic. I deal with people that sit here and do things to sabotage me because I have information that will hurt them. I have information that can get them fired. I have information that will hurt them. And it's from different places. It's beyond the USA. It's beyond. There's more than that because people from other countries want to sit there and they want to play and they want to play with me and they want to do death spells and they want to harass me. They want to slow me down. You know how it is when someone is slowing you down? The money. The money is always the first thing to go. And it's like, yo, pay attention to your money. Yo, I started talking to this dude. I lost my wallet. I started having problems with the bank. My payments wasn't coming in. I wasn't making orders. I wasn't making sales. And I'm like, but it all started because of this dude. I'm like, yo, once you cut that off, the orders start coming in, the money starts coming in, everything starts changing, and everything that you want comes into your life. And it's like, why would I go back to being with cursed energy? Like you trying to fuck up my money, and then I'm a single mom and I do everything by myself, and then you trying to have me all fucked up, and then I'm helping you. Like you are really fucking dumb. That's a special kind of stupid right there. But whatever, whatever. I don't have time to tolerate fucking stupidity. You're a fucking idiot. But whatever. Keep moving forward. Keep talking about this courthouse. Keep talking about unclaimed funds because they're doing some illegal shit in unclaimed funds and nobody does their job. They're also a part of the government. And it's like, oh my God. It's the state because it's beyond city. So when you have a city job, that's like the hospitals and stuff. But once you work in the courthouse, once you're doing something within the court, within the state, it's federal. It's for the state. It's not just a borough. It's for the entire state of New York. So unclaimed funds is in Albany, but they're working for the entire state of New York. That's just like the unified court system. It's for the entire state of New York. It's not just the Bronx. It's not Brooklyn. It's not just Albany. It's everybody in New York State. It's a unit. So everyone, it doesn't matter where you are and you work for the courthouse, you have one person to go to. Easy, right? One person. That one person is organized. Is organized. They're bought out. Somebody bought them. Somebody paid them. Somebody paid them to be a corrupt person, not do their job because you can complain. I complain. I complain. And I brought things to people's attention so they can address it and they can fix it. Nobody fixed it. But this is your job. You're supposed to fix it, and they don't fix it. They know there's a problem there, and they let the problem escalate. They let the problem get worse and worse and worse. And I had to stay because I had kids to feed, and I'm a single mother. And I'm like, you know what? When the kids graduated high school, I was like, fuck this job. Fuck this job. A government job, you get benefits, you have this, you have that. Oh, that's a good job. Why would you leave that job? Like, you don't even fucking know the half of why I would leave that job. That job is evil. They always did spell work on me. They always hated me. They always had issues with me. And it wasn't employees. I liked my fellow coworkers. It was the management. And it was always management. I always complained about management. I always told other supervisors, other bosses. Nobody ever did anything. And they had the power to do something. Nobody ever did anything because they were scared of this whore. She a dirty whore too. She sleep with every fucking body. Her mouth is disgusting and nasty and ratchet. And I'm just like, oh, I can't believe you talking like that. I can't believe this whore is talking like this. And I have to respect her. I have to listen to her. And I have to what? And she's talking like this is a street rat. This is how did she get this job? What did she do to get this job? They said, you know what the gossip is like. I don't want to gossip. I don't want to gossip. But they were like, oh, you know how she got this job? She was caught giving head to somebody under the table. That's how she got that job. I'm like, what? What? But were you surprised? Was I surprised? No. That's just one incident that she got caught in because she probably done slept with everybody. But that was one incident she got caught doing, and that's how she got her job by giving head to what is it, a judge or somebody. That's how she got her job. Because I'm like, how? How did this whore get this job? How did she get this position? How did she get all this power? It's from being a whore, being a Jezebel. That's what that is. You sleep around. You just sleep and fuck around anything. Her mouth is nasty, is reckless, and it's like, how can nobody see this woman? Like I see this woman, and I'm just like, oh, she's just disgusting type of woman. Teresa Torres. Teresa Torres. I'm saying her name because it's like I don't work there. I don't work there. And this woman has made my life a living hell. She has made my life a living hell for my 15 years of employment. She has just straight fuck with me and done spell work on me and done stuff to me to make my life and my employment hard. But you can't prove spell work. I can't prove spell work. What happened to the lawsuit? Nobody knows about the lawsuit. It's hidden. She's hiding it, you know? What happened to my notary license? She sabotaged it. What happened to my job application? She sabotaged it also. That's why I'm suing the courthouse from all the bullshit I had to put up with this woman, and I don't even work there. And she still fucks with my things. And I'm just like, oh my God, I can't stand this woman. The unclaimed funds is also a part of the state. Is like, damn, does she have control over that? Because you have control over surrogates court. You want to put your hand in everything, and you're supposed to be in one spot, but you want to be in everybody business. You want to mind everybody's business and make everybody's employment harder than what it has to be. Life is already hard, you know? And then you have to deal with people that want to abuse their power. They're privileged to be given authority to do certain things, and then they abuse their power. That's what it is. It's abuse of power. And I'm just like, oh my God, I have complained for years. No one has done anything. I filed the lawsuit. No one does anything with the lawsuit. I filed for employment. No one does anything. I filed for no one does anything. The only reason I got my license because I had to deal directly with the DOC. Some DOC. I had to, is it Department? No, that's Department of Correction. It's the notary license. It's for licenses, the licensing services. Like if you have a license, you have to deal with the licensing services directly. Notary renewals are no longer done in the courthouse. Ever since I was employed, I processed the notary renewals. I resigned in 2020. When I resigned, they stopped processing notaries because this bitch sabotages other people's documents too. Other people would come in complaining about their license not being serviced, and then we would process it, but someone would sabotage it. But there's no proof. You have no proof of who's sabotaging the documents. It's fucking management. Oh, she don't like the person, so she's gonna sabotage your things, or she's gonna make it harder for you, or they're gonna put your case on the bottom so that they'll never get to it, or they'll sabotage. They'll throw it away. This bitch will throw it away and act like they don't know what happened, but this bitch, she got it in her drawer, the bottom drawer somewhere. I'm like, she's just so dirty, like just dirty. And you're supposed to have morals, values, self respect. You're supposed to be decent kind of person. And this woman was like the fucking a street rat. I'm like, how is this woman here? How does she have this job? How does she have this title? It's from being a whore. That's how she got the title. It's from being a whore, sleeping around, sucking, doing what you do. And it's the government. It's the courthouse. It's like what? Like this is what they do here. I was so embarrassed to ever tell anybody where I work because of the people that are there. Management. It was management. I just was like, oh my God, I don't want nobody to see the way this woman is. I'm just like, oh my God. I just did my job and I would go home. That's how it was. I ate by myself for 15 years. 15 years. And I tried to socialize, but it's like, it's all the same kind of energy. I'm like, I'm just so happy not to be there. And I don't talk about the job. I don't talk about it because there was nothing good. It was like helping people. I always loved helping people. But things always happened in the workplace because of spell work. But you can't prove spell work. Why are you talking? I can't prove it. I can't prove it. So it's like, why am I going to talk about it? But I could talk about the sabotage. I could talk about the, yeah, I could talk about the work. What the fuck are you doing? The work. I could talk about that, but I can't talk about the spiritual things that happen because my insides were like this. They were like this, my insides. Whenever I was in the office. And it's like, and I always had to cleanse. I always had to cleanse. And I didn't do the splash. I would have the oils. I would have oils. So I would smell like some magical oils. I would smell like it. And I would wear it for protection. It's to protect myself because I'm around evil. But I can't prove it. And I can't leave because I need my job. I'm like, this bitch, I hate this bitch, but I gotta work and I gotta smile and I gotta act like nothing is wrong. I gotta act like I don't hate this bitch, but I hate this bitch. I hate her. I fucking can't stand her because she made my employment so difficult and it didn't have to be so hard. But she did everything she could do to to irritate me, to bother me, to make me uncomfortable. And I'm like 15 years. And I was 40 years old. It wasn't even my birthday. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this for the rest of my life. I was like, you know what? My kids, they finish high school. They going to college. They don't need me that much. I was like, they would work, they could take care of themselves. I'm like, you know what? I'm leaving this job. Don't leave your job. You can't leave your job. I was like, I don't want to be here. And then I told them all the shit that's happening, and they were like, oh my God, I didn't know. I didn't know that this was happening to you. I didn't know they was treating you like that. And I was like, yeah, that's why I want to leave. And they was like, I understand. I was like, The only reason I stayed at my job was because of my children, because I had to take care of my children, and I'm a single mother and I have to take care of these kids. I hated this job. I would wake up every morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. I gotta be in by 9, leave by 5. I got an hour lunch. Okay, okay. But and then the woman hated me and she just did all kinds of things to make my life hard. It's in the court case. It's 405 pages of shit that had happened while I was working, and nobody wants to look into it because they're all connected. They don't want nobody to see what the fuck happened in that courthouse. This bitch, this nasty, dirty, toxic. Ugh, I don't know how y'all got her there. I don't know. And I'm gonna say her name because it's evidence in the 405-page documents. I have been posting, I have been talking about it, and I have been telling people, I have been tagging you to look at this court document. Read the fucking file. Read it. Just read it. Read it. Oh my God. Just read this shit. And you're going to be like, oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. I don't even think I spoke about the injustices with the filing family medical leave during COVID. I filed for family medical leave and she kept rejecting my documents. I'm like, this bitch. Oh, you can't take time off because you've been off all this time because of COVID. So I wasn't well. I couldn't get to work on time. I was like, I need some time to myself so I can go to the doctor, so I can take care of myself. And she made it so difficult for me. I'm on the third floor. This bitch is on the first floor. You're not supposed to come up to the third floor. What are you coming up here for? To fuck with me. That's what she's coming up here for. To bother the other deputy county clerk, the second deputy county clerk, to bother her and tell her what to do and tell her how to do her job. But this bitch, Teresa Torres, is just the administrator. Who the fuck do you think you are? Telling the deputy county clerk how to do her job. She tells the county clerk how to do their job. She wants to take control of everything and make everyone's employment hard. I'm less like, you know what? I'm gonna resign. I don't want to be here. I don't have to be here. My son graduated. My daughter graduated first. Then my son graduated. I don't have to be here. The ding, ding, ding. The light bulb went off. I don't have to be here. I can quit. I fucking quit. I quit. And then it's the courthouse. So, I resigned. I formally resigned. And I just said what I said. I said I was sick. I said I was sick and I couldn't come to work. And that's what I said when I resigned. It's filed unless this bitch does sabotage the document so that, whatever. It's like she's just evil. She's evil. Like, ugh. That's the devil walking. Like double energy is energy. Anyone can embody that energy when your spirit is a nasty spirit. You got a nasty spirit. Your heart is black. Yeah. You can embody double energy and then you do shit. You fuck with everybody's life. People, contractors, all kind of people. She would do things and say things to them and make them uncomfortable. Like contractors would come to the courthouse and they wouldn't even want to work for the Bronx County clerks because of whatever contract they're forcing them to sign. They force them to sign contracts with them and get low pay, close to nothing, because it's the courthouse. And I'm like, she manipulates the money. She's in charge of the money. So all the money made in the Bronx County Clerk's office, she's the one that handles the money. And the money's always misused. The money's always tampered with. Something's always going on with the money. When it's time to do the budget, she's freaking out, stressed out because she got to do the budget and she has to balance the books and make everything balance out to zero. But she's stealing the money. So she has to make up shit on how to balance the books. And when she finally balances the books, she's like, ah, I balanced the books. Like she's so relieved because she done made up some shit and then she hides it, manipulates the system so nobody checks her work. She is not qualified to do the work, but she has the position. It's spell work. It's all spell work. I can't prove it. All I can prove is the sabotage. This bitch is sabotaging documents, and I'm not the only one. She's making everyone's life impossible. And I think we had an IT tech. We had an IT tech, and she wanted him to do stuff for her, and he had morals and values, and he refused to do whatever she wanted to do. And he quit on his own. He got another job, and he was so happy when he left. He was just like, "Oh my god, like this woman is the fucking worst." And it's like how you're gonna make a person do things that they believe is not right. You know, she she's just awful, an awful woman. And how can you look up to somebody like this? And she's a whore, so she looks for people to pimp out and to. It's like what kind of woman is this? And she's the boss. She's the administrator. Like she's in control of this entire office. This nasty woman, this nasty whore. And I'm just like, oh my god. Talking about the courthouse. And I've always been cleansing and removing energy because I worked in this courthouse. Always been spiritual because I've had to work in this courthouse and they were all doing evil. They were all doing something. And I always thought that they was a part of something, but you can't prove it. There's secret rooms, secret floors, rooms. They only have a key to that room. You don't have access to it. You can't get into that room. But there's a key for that room. They only have access to that room. What do they do in that room? Like if they was to look into the courthouse, look up shit, you're gonna find so many things, so many secrets, and they hide it from the public. They don't want the public to know. They don't want anyone to tell. If they're hiding my court case, they're hiding other people's court cases too. They're sabotaging other people's court cases too. Any incriminating evidence against them is sabotaged on purpose. And they all work together. They're all a part of the corruption. It is organized crime. Organized crime. The index number is 1024 2024. 1024 2024. 1024. That's the index number. Dash 2024. The BX. Because we in the BX. We in the Bronx. I live in the Bronx. I am a Bronx resident. The issue is with the Bronx Supreme Courthouse in New York State. Everything happens in the fucking Bronx. And nobody does anything. And it's just like, oh my God, I just need somebody with some kind of power to look at this document and do something. Look at this document. It's Paulina B. Garcia versus the Bronx Supreme Courthouse. Index 1024 2024 BX, because we in the Bronx. We are in the Bronx. All these politicians, everybody want to get a job. Everybody want to work in the courthouse. Yeah, but what you going to do? What you going to do? You going to solve this? You going to resolve the issues, all the bullshit? You going to fix it? Or you going to be corrupt just like the rest of the politicians? The way it is now, it's just corrupt. Are they going to continue to be corrupt just like everybody else? It's just like, oh my God. And it's voting. We have to vote for somebody. Like, who you gonna vote for? Who is gonna work on this case? Who's gonna bring justice to this case? Who's gonna bring it to light? Because there's a lot of secrets. There's a lot of shit that's wrong. I had to deal with family court. I had to deal with housing court. I had to deal with civil court, Supreme Court. I had to deal with the courthouse. I always dealt with the fucking courthouse. And then because I'm in the system, you'd think they would help me. They never helped me. They never solved any cases. They made all the cases hard. Nobody ever helped me within the Bronx Supreme Courthouse, within the court system. And I'm in the system and I have issues in the court and nobody helps. And I'm an employee. It's like what the fuck? What the entire fuck? It's like they're just blacklisting me or they doing this shit on purpose. Cause I'm like, what the entire fuck? Why are they treating me like this? And then I have to stay because I gotta take care of my kids. And I'm like, I hate this fucking job. I hate this fucking job. I hate everything about this fucking job. I hate it. I gotta work there. I gotta work there, and I gotta take care of these kids. That's life. That's some real life shit. But I'm gonna put the index number again. I posted. I tagged these people. I have to speak with etiquette and properly because I was working in the Bronx Supreme Courthouse. But when I'm outside, no, it's not like that. I'm not gonna be fucking professional, but I am professional. I talk professional. I know how to act when it comes to business. But it's just like, oh my god, like corruption, sabotage is like organized crime, RICO crime. Everybody's a part of it. The post office is a part of it. All the courthouses is a part of it. Anyone that is a part of the state is a part of it because they have access to certain confidential information and they'll go and they'll tell someone else, don't do this and don't do that and don't approve this. And you're sabotaging people's employment on purpose. And I'm just like, I requested transfers, all kinds of stuff. This bitch just ruined everything. She just ruined everything for me. Yeah. Oh my god! Like if hate was a person, like if hate was a person, or like disgust. It's like I'm just so over the bullshit and nobody does their job. Nobody does their job. I can say that because I've worked there and nobody does their job. They all waste your time on purpose because they still getting paid. No matter if you get serviced or not, they're still going to get paid because they are a government employee. They work for the state. You can't get rid of them. That's the mindset. Whatever, I'm complaining. Let me do my return of senders, because I have to do the return of senders because it's just everywhere. The attacks happen and it comes from everywhere, and all I can do is just protect myself. I talk about it more because the attacks happen, and then you think that it's gonna go left. It just makes me talk more. It makes me talk more about what had happened. What had happened? People you meet and they try to sabotage you and slow you down, stop my money, stop my sales, and I'm like, oh, it's that person. Cut them off, and then everything starts coming in, and it's like, what? Everything is coming in. That is just confirmation for me that that person was negative energy. When I left that job, everything became so much better. Living in this apartment was so much easier. It was better. I was just like, wow, fucking wow. Just wow, everything got better when I left the job. And it's like, oh, but it's such a prestigious job. You got a good job. But my life was hard because of that job. When I left that job, everything became so much easier. And I'm just like, oh my God, I should have left this job a long time ago. I don't miss this fucking job. And then even now, I'm not there and they're still doing shit to me. And I'm just like, oh my, I don't even work there. And they still doing shit. And I'm just like, I'm just happy to be rid of them. I'm happy to be rid of the negative energy. I'm happy to be rid of the job. I'm happy to get away from the negative energies that try to sabotage and ruin my life. It's like, it's peaceful when you just get away from all the toxic hot mess. It's like 405 pages of complaints, of evidence. It's emails, it's contacts, it's phone numbers, it's conversations, it's pictures. And nobody looks at it. Nobody fucking knows what the fuck is going on in the Bronx Supreme Courthouse. Nobody knows, but it's documented. 405 pages of documented proof. And nobody wants to look into that. Nobody wants to look into that. Okay. Lead with love, stay positive, vibe high. I guess release what doesn't serve you, move forward, and do your return sunders. I'm gonna come back and do and do the return sunders. I was just talking about this shit, this magic, this spell work. Can't prove it, can't see it, but everybody's doing it. Lead with love. Bye.